Hi, my name's Lucy. I'm a junior and I'm a part of Chapelstreet students. I was kind of raised in the church. My family, we'd always identified as Christians, always believed in God, and I kind of just, for a long time, just like said I did, I never really knew what it meant or what Jesus dying on the cross actually meant or if it did anything for me. Life at that time was fine until about 4th grade. My dad had passed away, and that event of my dad passing was kind of the big, I guess you could say, road bump in my faith. 7th and 8th grade of middle school, I was just living as like a normal middle schooler. I was going through a lot of insecurity issues. I was so sad and like just at such a horrible point in my life. With depression and anxiety, there would be days I just like couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Feeling of like looking at myself and like that person in the mirror is different than like the person that I actually am. You look at yourself and you hate yourself. Depression, I kind of think of it as like you're stuck in this box and you like yourself, you're trying everything to push yourself out of it. But no matter what you do, even if you push yourself outside of that layer, there's another box right outside of it. Like it's a constant, everyday, ongoing battle. When quarantine had hit, that's when my depression, I felt like, was taking over every single part of my body. I couldn't control anything I was doing. It was just tears and anger every second of every day. I was at the point where like, I just wanted it all to stop. I remember I was laying in bed, it was probably 2, 3 in the morning, and I was just laying there with my thoughts, bawling my eyes out, crying. Those bad thoughts were like hitting extra hard that night, and the thought of actually doing something to harm myself had never really been super big until that night. I had tried everything. I had gone to therapy, nothing was working. So I prayed to God and I was just like, I don't even know if you're real or what's going on, but like this is like my last chance. Like this is my last shot. And if this doesn't work, then I just don't think that like I'm meant to be here anymore. I just remember like just laying there after I had done praying and I just felt this random like wave of like calmness come over me. With dealing with depression and anxiety, I always have like this heavy pit in my stomach that like something bad's gonna happen. And I remember for the first time in months, like that feeling that was in my stomach and my chest, it had just like been like lifted off of me. Ever since coming to Chapelstreet, my entire life has changed. Obviously, God has changed my life, but I prayed for so long to have that community of people. I can come to these people with any issue and I'm not gonna feel judged by it and I'm not gonna feel like my feelings are invalidated. And being here for the 2 hours every night on Sunday night for D group, it's like my escape in a way. It's kind of like, yeah, I have school tomorrow, but like it's Sunday, I get to go see the people that God has blessed me with. And then I decided this summer to take the next step into getting baptized during the stadium service. Just standing there, like after I'd been baptized and standing there with some of my best friends, this wave of emotion coming after me, because I was like, if you didn't have God, Lucy, like you wouldn't be standing here right now, like you wouldn't be here right now. God has done a lot in my life the past almost 2 years since I have God in my life and I have opened up His Word and I've read who He has made me to be, that I was knit together in my mother's womb, that He created me for a purpose. All of that trumps every other bad thought that I have. When you give your life to God, life is not going to be all daisies and rainbows, and nowhere in the Bible does God promise that. But what He does promise is when you go through those valleys and there's low parts and those parts where you feel like, I don't want to be here anymore, He's the one that's there. There is just no doubt in my mind that God isn't real. If He can pick me up from the point I was at, where we're literally about to end my life, I know that He can do that same exact thing for absolutely anybody.